Welcome to Ceningan Island. Now, just to make Indonesian a little bit easier for you, if it's got a C at the front, it's generally pronounced with a ch sound, like Canggu is just C-A-N-G-G-U. Ceningan Island, as you can see, no H in there, but I tell you what, this is one of my favourite places in the world. It's just off the coast of Sanur, and a quick boat ride over across to Nusa Lembongan. Ceningan is a very small island, just almost, well, right next to Lembongan, separated by a very narrow, very shallow strip of water. Everything that comes across to Ceningan pretty much has to come across on a boat, and anything that's going onto the island, including you and me, have to come across the yellow bridge. Let's go and have a look. Every time I go over the yellow bridge, I sort of grate my teeth a little bit because it's a bit, there's a couple of spots where she's a bit thin, shall we say. Let's have a look. There now. That pretty much says it, because it's not, look, it's not too bad. There's a few wells being fixed up here. There's one or two spots where my big tummy, I'm a little bit worried about this one here. Look, now it's probably fine. Oh. Now see how these guys get past each other. You've just got enough room to pass. So to get across here, his feet in there. G'day, darling. To get across here, you get dropped off. That's Nusa Lembongan there. You get dropped off on the ferry boats. You'll get picked up on a scooter, and they'll double you across here. There are a few of those little black trucks that have been made into open air taxis. There's almost no other taxis. And there's the luggage man there. Everything that comes across onto the islands has to be carted by hand. And sometimes you'll see these boats pulling up and teams of guys just carrying along everything from cases of beer, bottles of water, tiles, building materials, anything they can't actually manufacture here on the island themselves has got to be shipped in. And it means that there's a bit of a premium on things like beer. It's about $1 a bottle more than you'd find in Bali, just because it's pretty hard to get here. But this stretch of water, now there's a reef across there, that's Ceningan here, and that's Lembongan, and there's a reef out the front there, so you can't actually go out that way. You've got to go this way, up through the strait, and not far behind that island there is Nusa Penida. So you've got a little bit of deep water here, good enough for reasonably depth boats to come in, and I think they're bringing some produce in. I'll try not to get run over, and I'll give you a look at what they're up to. Those guys are a lot more game than me. I would never take this bridge at that speed, but then I don't do it every day. And I don't trust it either. Wow, absolute stunning day here today. So, okay, back to another rickety part of the bridge. Oh my God. I can see water down there. I better get going. These guys are waiting for me. So, back on Lembongan side. The island, you can drive right around the whole of Ceningan, or a fair bit of it. In a few minutes, I'm going to do a bit of a scout around the island. Here's guys loading bags of cement or bags of something, some sort of supplies. Everything's unloaded by hand and ferried across. So we'll head back. Seems like motorbikes get the right of way here. I don't trust this place at all. Right. Okay, don't have to worry about that bridge now, because that's a worry. Just even walking on it's bad enough. So let's go for a bit of a lap around Ceningan Island, Nusa Ceningan. Nusa obviously means island, and see what we can find. Beautiful little place, sleepy, perfect little place. There's tons of little restaurants and bars, and it's like a place that time forgot. How you doing? Taxi. So listen, before I get a million complaints, I'll tell you what the story is here with the helmets. Some places that rent bikes have helmets. Most don't, or they're certainly not compulsory or not enforced. I don't even know if there's an actual police station over here. And to be honest, the average speed's probably 5 or 10 kilometres an hour with very light traffic. Although when those little black trucks go past, you've got to get out of their way. But at 5 kilometres an hour, it's a little bit easier, just pull over. So it's optional. You can probably request a helmet if you want to, and most people don't. But when in Rome, I tend to follow local customs. So you might see my ugly melon cruising around occasionally on a motorbike down over here in Ceningan. Listen, I'll tell you what, I haven't been exploring to the left. I've been to the right and around that side, and I believe according to Google Maps that I can go right around the island. So follow me, we're going to go and check it out. So just recently Ceningan got its first petrol station. It's big news over here. And there it is there. And before that, I imagine they had to import stuff in those barrels. That's what they used to power all the boats. The roads are pretty narrow, but generally in reasonably good order. But saying that, I've just found a whole heap of rough road. Oh, here we go now. Watch yourself here. It's so peaceful here, it's so pretty. Mangrove restaurants, divers, plenty of bananas. There's quite a few of these small supermarkets popping up. seem to be quite popular. More traditional houses. So this would probably be the Port Authority, I'd guess. There's a loading ramp or a bit of a harbour there. Big empty building. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Yes, sir.
And so this is looking back from the yellow bridge down there. And that's out to sea and also to the island of Nusa Penida. So out of interest, Fee was just chatting to a security guard here at the new Port Authority, or the port building, and they've got some big plans for Ceningan, and unfortunately one of those plans is to sell it off. So if you're looking to buy land over here, now you'd have to look into how you've got to go about doing that, but it's not cheap, I've got to say. He was just he's got, what do you say, a 50 ara, that's 5,000 square meters, I think it is, something like that. But it was going for, or he was talking about $15,000 per 10 meters by 10 meters per 100 meters squared. Yeah, so now that's actually not so bad, because you can build, Katut built his house on 1 ara. 1 ara is a standard house lot, but you don't get much of a front or backyard for that. You've just got a 10 meter wide and 10 meter deep house, maybe a little driveway and a little front veranda area, but not much. So yeah, for 15,000 bucks you could buy land, build a house on it. Cost you maybe $75,000-$100,000 to build a nice house, 2-story. Yeah, so it'd be possible. Yeah, it's a bit isolating because there's a little bit here and there's a lot more over on Lambongan. You don't have anything like the craziness of Kuta and Legian and Seminac. There's almost no traffic except for the odd motorbike and a couple of trucks.
The new harbour looks fantastic.
It looks lovely. Yeah, they've got obviously
like
big plans. So they're working hard to modernise, I guess, in the background. But anyway, let's keep going. That's hey, look, I'm not suggesting you move over to Ceningan and buy land, but I thought it's interesting to find out just what they value it at, and obviously there'll be lease options on that as well. So yeah, interesting. I'm going to go, and there's another road up to the left, so I'm going to try and find that and go up through the hills because it looks pretty for me. Now you can't really get lost, because this is about one of only 2 intersections on the island. Hello. Keep going, keep going. Bee's mum, I think she's 75 years old and four-wheel driving on the back of a scooter, loving it. Having a great time. So we've just climbed up that hill. There's still a fair bit of hill to go as well, and found this cute little place overlooking the harbour. And just look at the view. How spectacular is that? Blackwood coffee shop. So, cappuccino, tasty food, smoothies. Tell you what's warm enough, I could just about go a brekkie beer. How beautiful.
Morning.
Puggy. Little swimming pool down there too, that's cool. Nice. And then look at the view. There's Big Nusa Penida, I think. Wow. So, what they very generously call a road is like a four-wheel drive goat track, single lane, up and down steep hills, very slippery. And I've got mum on the back hanging on for grim death, so I better put the phone down or the camera down and try hard. But if there's any traffic coming out of the way, we're in trouble. Here she is.
Can we live here? Can we move here, please?
Oh god, so this is beautiful. This is Ceningan Cliff, and right on the edge of the cliff. It's a long way down.
If I want to move here, I can be a maid or something.
You're gonna trust the swing, see if it goes over the edge?
Mama said, no, you done using that one, yeah? You're gonna go to the sea.
Oh. I'll be more worried about using this, honey.
Huh?
I'll be more worried about using that one.
Oh yeah.
I'll go straight through the floor of that one. This is just lovely. There's so many little tiny bars, so many beautiful little spots here. Really quiet and laid back and peaceful. An infinity pool on the edge of a cliff, overlooking Benbongan. Oh, that looks pretty. In a sec. How cool is that? This is lovely. What a beautiful view, and what an incredible little four-wheel driving expedition we've just gone on. I would definitely say, if you were going to try and do this and you're not a really competent bike rider, for starters, start from the end where the petrol station is and work your way up around that way. So we're going clockwise, because there's some really steep dirt and rock covered hills, and if you had to go the other way going downhill, it'd be tricky. It'd be honestly really tricky, especially on a scooter with no proper back brakes. So it's lovely though. And the road does actually open up into a little bit more of a road, but half of it up the top there is just a really rough broken cement goat track, single lane, and but beautiful, just stunning. So up for a bit of adventure on a bike, yeah, just take it easy, because it's worth the journey, but it's a bit treacherous. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, so we've finally met up with the second intersection on Ceningan, and that's up that way we go up to Mahana Point and Blue Lagoon, and down that way we go back to the Yellow Bridge. So let's go to the left. Mahana Point, Ceningan Island, Nusa Ceningan, which is the little island just off Benbongan, and you can get there by a footbridge that you can get the scooter across, but you certainly wouldn't get a car there. Beautiful little tucked out of the way place. And we're sitting here watching people jumping off the off the high dive, watching people surfing the point. And I tell you what, it's just a lovely place to sit down and have a quiet beer, and also have just have a good relax. So you've got some nice food here too. So here's where you got to jump from there all the way down to the bottom there. So it's a bit of a mess. I come up here a month or two back with Fee and the gang when we stayed at Ceningan Beachside Villas, which is actually just around the corner from here, really. That's a stunning place. Well, we're here again, man. Living it. Living it large.
Mate.
There's turtles just swimming around here a minute ago. And there's all people surfing over there.
I'm not jumping.
Right, go and jump.
I'm not jumping.
Imagine the size of the wave that could get back up.
Alan did it.
Yeah. But the water's just so clear. Apparently it's really deep down there, but doesn't look it. Hard to tell. Look, there's just so many places. So those little cafes, little beachside or roadside things that we went past about 50. Imagine, Alan and I want to come over here and do like a full pub crawl from one end to the other island.
I'll be in that.
How many weeks do you reckon it'd take you to do it? If you just had one beer,
Couple of weeks, easy.
it's amazing, man. Like
One
even
beer.
just even where we sit now, all you can see all dotted along these little cliff edges and right down to the water. Now on the once we went over the little yellow bridge, there was all those little boats. That empties out, so that's the outside. But to get out of there, you've got to go the other way up through the swamp almost, and that takes you across to where Nusa Penida is. So all of those ferry boats can't come up this way because the reef is right here, and we've got to go around a long way. But at low tide, all of that area where we went over with the bridge is they use that for harvesting seaweed. So you see the sticks,
the lines everywhere.
all the sticks in the grounds out the front of our hotel and stuff, or our villa. They're seaweed farms, and you get the guys and they go in and harvest the seaweed, and then they dry it out and they sell it at the markets. And I think they sell it for food. I'm not sure.
Amazing.
Just beautiful, man.
I love it.
This is what you need today. Oh yeah, it's a good one. So we're going to splash up there this one.
Yeah, crack on the side.
Right. Hey. Oh, that was a good one. Every time people come over to Bali, they spend their whole week or 2 weeks or whatever running around going doing bungee jumping or whatever, all adventure sports and fun stuff. But I say every time, spend 2 or 3 nights just here in Lembongan and Ceningan. Take it easy. From here, if you want to go and do all the selfie stuff over in Penida, you go back to that yellow bridge, and there's little ferry boats there, little water taxis that take you over any time of day or night that you want, and it's half the price. We're already over the water, and you're just living in a place where there's no one chasing you for buy t-shirts. There's no one hassling you. The water's just crystal clear. There's not a piece of rubbish anywhere in the water.
Around the base, the white sand.
It's just beautiful white coral sands, and there's no. I'll tell you one big thing on Penida. There's lots of taxis. Well, oh look, first thing I did, got back and jumped in the pool. It was so refreshing. Look at the view from the pool. It's just incredible. Oh, so nice. Just to spend a little bit of time just doing nothing, just relaxing and chilling and enjoying the peace and tranquility. Ah, the tranquility. Reminds me of a movie. Oh, talk about castle. Look at this place here behind us. It's just beautiful. Quick shout out to Chris and Crystal from Ceningan Beachside Villas for their amazing hospitality, and also their support of Bali Donate. So they've got one of the most luxurious places on Ceningan, 5-star all the way. It's just absolutely stunning, and every time someone books and mentions Bali Donate or Muzza, they actually donate a portion of your booking fee or of your accommodation. With these kids. Hello. They apportion that to Bali Donate, which is really cool. In turn, we're going to use that money to help do some work here in Ceningan and Lembongan for the local villages, especially the ones that are struggling the most. And today I had a bit of a look to see some of the ones up in the back blocks, off the beaten track a little bit. And although it's very humble, there's some really nice little places here, and I just love the village, laid back village atmosphere. It's very, very cool. So look, I love this place. I love that you can wander around without having to worry too much about idiots and yobbos, and just enjoy yourself. Have a beer, watch the sunset, wake up early, watch the sunrise, go for a bit of a wander, and try some really nice food. So a standard question over here on the islands is there money changers and FPOS machines? Look, there are a couple of ATMs. They're not always reliable, simply because they may not get as topped up as necessary, so I always bring cash over. And there are certainly money changers, both on Lembongan and up in Ceningan. And actually the rates have been getting better. I've noticed they're not far off the rates you get in Bali, but they are definitely a little bit better in Bali generally. So you can get everything else, beer at every shop. You can certainly get some nice food.
Hi.
And you can have a great
in
time.
Bali.
I've seen you on YouTube.
I saw you before so many times.
So, hey, listen, I've, as always, I've had an incredible time at Ceningan. Beautiful place, absolutely lovely environment, nice and relaxed. It's quaint, it's small, there's lots of little tiny places to go and eat. And we found a few of them this time. I had some really nice steak, which I didn't expect. I've had some, yeah, just had a good time. So, Nusa Ceningan, or Ceningan Island, definitely on the bucket list. It's part of the Lembongan trip, so you have to get here by jumping on a ferry to Lembongan from Sanur. And a good majority of them pull up right here on the beach. Such a beautiful place to land. Look at those waters. Even on a bad day it looks beautiful out of here with the white sand. It's really pretty. A little bit of a beach landing, but, and I tell you what I love doing when I get here, there's a place called the Deck, and but all of these, there's the deck over there, but all of these little over Clifftop bars do the best cocktails and breakfasts and lunches. So while you're waiting for your ferry, it's 10:30, I've got plenty of time from a 12:30 boat. I can sit there watching everyone go for a bit of a paddle as they jump on their boats. I'm going to sit in a pool, or I'm going to sit there overlooking the water's edge, just chill. I might even come down for a swim. It's my little piece of heaven. Sometimes when you work hard, it's really important that you give yourself a little bit of downtime, and it's lovely to be able to bring the family over here and just have a bit of time, a bit of quiet time with them. We really had a good time. So thanks for coming along to this little adventure, and I'll see you next time. Bye.